Dr. Zeftai floated in front of the main screen on the research ship Harmony's Edge. Her 6 tentacles moved quickly across the control panel as strange signals filled the bridge. The other crew members from different alien worlds gathered around her. They had never seen anything like this before. "Captain, these signals are coming from the 3rd planet in this system," said Engineer Kreloth. His blue skin glowed with excitement. "It looks like radio waves. Basic technology, but clear patterns." Captain Mazin moved closer to the screen. His 4 eyes focused on the small blue and green planet floating in space. "Another intelligent species? How wonderful." "Prepare the welcome message." Dr. Zeftai's tentacles stopped moving. She looked at the data again. Something was very wrong. "Captain, you need to see these surface readings." The numbers appeared on the main screen. Every alien on the bridge stepped back in horror. The atmospheric pressure readings were 3 times what most species could survive. The oxygen levels were so high they would burn through ship hulls in hours. The temperature swings from hot to cold were deadly. Massive storms raged across the surface with winds that could destroy cities. "This is impossible," whispered Medical Officer Velna. Her green skin turned pale. "No living thing could survive on that planet. It's a death world." Dr. Zeftai checked the readings again. "The gravity is crushing. The radiation from their star would kill most of us in minutes. And look at these atmospheric readings. That much oxygen would dissolve our breathing organs. But the radio signals," said Kreloth. "They're definitely artificial. Someone is down there." Captain Mazun made a quick decision. "It must be survivors from a crashed ship, maybe a colony mission that went wrong. We have to help them." On the surface of Earth, Jake Collins sat in his office at NASA headquarters. The morning had started like any other until the computers detected something incredible. Radio signals from space. Not random noise, but clear mathematical patterns. Someone was trying to talk to them. "Dr. Martinez, get in here now," Jake called to his best language expert. Dr. Lisa Martinez ran down the hall carrying her computer. Her heart was beating fast. First contact with aliens was something she had dreamed about her whole life. "Jake, are you sure these signals are real?" "Look at the patterns yourself," Jake said. "It's basic math at first, then it gets more complex. Someone is definitely trying to communicate." Lisa sat down and started working on the signals. Hours passed as she tried to understand the alien language. Colonel Pete Jackson arrived from the military base. He looked worried. "Jake, my people are tracking an unknown object in space. It's big and it's moving toward Earth," Pete said. "We need to be ready for anything." Lisa suddenly looked up from her computer. Her face was pale. "I've got part of the message translated. It says something about survivors in a death world. They want to rescue us." "Rescue us?" Jake asked. "From what?" "I'm not sure yet, but they keep mentioning dangerous conditions and immediate evacuation. They think we're in trouble." Miles above Earth, Dr. Zeftai was working on the same problem. The alien linguist computers had broken down parts of the Earth signals. The creatures on the surface were trying to communicate, but their message didn't make sense. "They're asking who we are and where we come from," Dr. Zeftai told the captain. "But they don't seem to understand they're in danger. Maybe the survivors are confused or injured." "How many life forms are down there?" asked Captain Mazun. Dr. Zeftai checked her instruments. "This can't be right. The computers show billions of life forms across the planet's surface. That's impossible. On a death world like this." "The instruments must be broken," said Velna. "Nothing could live in those conditions. Maybe we're detecting the automated systems from a huge crashed colony ship." The captain made his decision. "Send them our standard rescue message. Tell them we're here to help and we'll evacuate them to safety. Warn them not to go outside their shelters. The surface conditions will kill them instantly." Back on Earth, Lisa was working late into the night. The new alien message was longer and more complex. When she finally understood it, she couldn't believe what she was reading. "Jake, you need to see this," she called. Jake and Pete rushed over to her desk. "What do they say?" Jake asked. Lisa read from her translation. "Survivors detected on condemned Deathworld. Prepare for immediate evacuation. Rescue ships are coming. Do not attempt surface operations. Planetary conditions fatal to organic life. The three humans stared at each other in confusion. They think Earth is deadly? Pete asked. They want to rescue us from our own planet? That doesn't make sense, Jake said. Earth is perfect for life. We've got billions of people, animals, plants. Everything lives here just fine. Lisa looked at the message again. Maybe they come from a very different type of planet. What if their world is nothing like Earth? What we think is normal might seem impossible to them. You mean they can't survive in our atmosphere? Jake asked. Or our gravity, or our temperature, or our pressure, Lisa said. Think about it. If they evolved on a completely different world, Earth might look like the most dangerous place in the galaxy to them. Pete laughed. So they're trying to save us from fresh air and sunshine? It's not funny, Lisa said. If they really think Earth is deadly, they might not understand that we belong here. This could cause serious problems. Jake looked out the window at the beautiful Earth sky. Birds were flying, trees were growing, and people were walking around normally. To him it was paradise. To the aliens it was apparently a nightmare. We need to find a way to explain this to them, Jake said, before they try to rescue us from the only home we've ever known. In space, the alien rescue ships were already moving toward Earth. Both sides were preparing for first contact, and both sides thought they were about to save the other from certain death. Captain Ben Murphy stood on the bridge of the Earth ship Defiance as it moved through space toward the alien vessel. This was humanity's first trip to meet another intelligent species. The moment felt historic and terrifying at the same time. Distance to alien ship is decreasing, reported engineer Carl Davis. Their vessel is huge compared to ours. Dr. Lisa Martinez checked her translation equipment one more time. She would be the first human to speak directly with aliens. Their latest message says they're worried about our life support systems. They keep asking if we have enough oxygen recyclers. That's strange, said Dr. Amy Chen, the mission biologist. We told them we're fine, but they don't seem to believe us. Captain Kate Williams, the Marine security officer, looked out at the alien ship through the viewing window. Something's not right about this whole situation. Why do they think we need rescuing? As the Defiance approached the alien vessel Harmony's Edge, both crews prepared for the historic meeting. The alien ship was beautiful, with smooth curves and glowing lights. The human ship looked rough and simple next to it. Ben, they're asking us to dock very carefully, Lisa said. They're worried our ship might damage their hull. They say our engines are running too hot. Ben looked at the engine readings. Everything was normal for a human ship. Carl, are we running hot? No, sir. All systems are normal. Actually, we're running cooler than usual. On the alien ship, Dr. Zeftai watched the human vessel approach. The heat coming from their engines was incredible. How are they surviving inside that metal box with such dangerous power systems? Their ship is radiating energy levels that would cook most species, said Engineer Kreloth. But somehow they're still alive in there. Maybe their environmental suits are better than we thought, suggested Captain Mazun. Poor creatures. They must be barely surviving. When the ships finally docked, both crews prepared for the meeting. The humans put on their best uniforms and carried basic breathing equipment just in case. The aliens put on their strongest environmental suits and carried emergency medical supplies. The airlock doors opened and the two species saw each other for the first time. Ben Murphy stepped forward and nearly fell over in surprise. The aliens were all wearing thick, bulky suits that covered their entire bodies. They moved very slowly and seemed to struggle with every step. Dr. Zeftai looked at the humans and felt shocked. They were wearing thin clothes and breathing the air directly. Didn't they know how dangerous that was? Welcome to our ship, Dr. Zeftai said through her suit's speakers. Please don't remove your environmental protection. Our ship's atmosphere might be toxic to your species. Ben looked confused. Thank you, but we're not wearing environmental protection. These are just our regular clothes. The aliens stepped back in horror. The humans were breathing ship air directly into their lungs. How were they still alive? Impossible, whispered Medical Officer Velna. No species can survive without atmospheric protection in unknown environments. Dr. Chen stepped forward. She was fascinated by the aliens' equipment. "Your suits look very advanced. Are you from a planet with dangerous atmospheric conditions?" "Dangerous?" Kreloth asked. "Our world has normal, safe conditions. Low radiation, comfortable pressure, breathable atmosphere. Your planet is the dangerous one." Now it was the humans' turn to be confused. Lisa spoke up. "You think Earth is dangerous? But billions of people live there. All our animals and plants live there too." Dr. Zeftai's instruments were scanning the humans constantly. What she saw made no sense. Their bone density was 3 times higher than any known species. Their muscle fibers were incredibly strong. Their blood carried oxygen levels that would be poisonous to most life forms. "Captain," Dr. Zeftai said quietly to Mazun, "these readings can't be right. According to my scans, these creatures are built to survive in impossible conditions." Mazun looked at the scan results. "Their bones are like solid metal. Their muscles are like steel cables. How do they even move?" Ben noticed the aliens were having trouble walking. Even in their powered suits, they moved very slowly and seemed tired. "Are you okay?" Ben asked. "You seem to be struggling. Is your gravity too low?" Kate Williams tried to help one of the aliens who was wobbling. When she gently touched the alien's arm to steady them, alarms went off inside the alien's suit. "Warning. External pressure detected," the suit announced. "Structural integrity at risk." Kate pulled her hand back quickly. "I'm sorry, I was just trying to help." Dr. Zeftai stared at the human female. The pressure sensors showed that the creature's gentle touch had nearly crushed the suit's arm piece. What kind of monster strength did these beings possess? "Please be very careful," Dr. Zeftai said. "Your physical capabilities appear to be much greater than ours." Amy Chen was studying the aliens with fascination. "Your bone structure looks very light. Do you come from a low-gravity world?" "Normal gravity," Kreloth replied. "Standard galactic conditions." Amy looked at Ben with confusion. What the aliens called normal gravity felt like almost nothing to the humans. It was like being underwater or floating in space. "Carl," Ben said quietly, "check the gravity readings on this ship." Carl looked at his instruments. "Sir, the artificial gravity here is about 1/3 of Earth normal. No wonder they're having trouble moving." 1/3? Kate asked. "That's nothing. How do they build muscle strength in such low gravity?" The aliens heard this conversation and became even more confused. These creatures thought normal galactic gravity was too low. What kind of crushing hell world did they come from? Dr. Zeftai made a decision. "We need to run medical scans on all of you. We have to understand how you're surviving." "We're not just surviving," Lisa said. "We're perfectly healthy. Earth is a wonderful place to live." "Earth?" Velna checked her computer. "The Deathworld? The planet with crushing gravity, toxic atmosphere, deadly radiation, and violent weather? That's our home," Ben said proudly. "We love it there." The aliens looked at each other in shock. These creatures didn't just survive on the Deathworld. They loved it, they called it wonderful. And they were built like living tanks. "I think we need to reconsider our rescue mission," Captain Mazin said quietly to his crew. Dr. Zeftai nodded. "I don't think these beings need rescuing. I think we need to understand what they really are." Ben Murphy looked around at the alien crew struggling in their heavy suits while his team stood comfortably in regular clothes. "I think we need to talk." 3 weeks after first contact, the alien research ship Serenity's voice moved slowly toward Earth. Dr. Zeftai and her team had convinced the Galactic Council to let them study the Deathworld directly. They needed to understand how humans could live in such terrible conditions. "Are you sure about this?" asked Engineer Kreloth. His voice shook with fear. "We're actually going to land on that nightmare planet?" Dr. Zeftai checked her environmental suit for the 10th time. "The suits can handle it for a few hours. We'll stay in the safest area the humans can find." Security Officer Mazun looked at the planet growing larger on the screen. "I still think this is crazy. No one has ever tried to land on a Class 12 Deathworld before." On Earth, Dr. Lisa Martinez was preparing the landing site in Kansas. She had chosen a beautiful meadow surrounded by gentle hills. The weather was perfect. sunny, warm, with a light breeze. To her, it was the most peaceful place she could imagine. "Tom, are you sure this area is safe for our alien friends?" Lisa asked Park Ranger Tom Bradley. Tom laughed. "Lisa, this is probably the safest place in America. No dangerous animals, no bad weather expected, perfect temperature. The biggest threat here is getting sunburned." Dr. Frank Torres arrived with his geological equipment. "I've checked everything. No earthquakes, no volcanic activity, no dangerous gases. This place is as safe as Earth gets." The alien shuttle landed with extreme care. The 3 crew members inside were sweating in their heavy environmental suits even before they opened the door. "Atmospheric pressure is crushing," Dr. Zeftai reported to the ship above. "Gravity is 3 times normal. Oxygen levels are at toxic concentrations." "We can still abort the mission," Captain Velna said from orbit. "Your safety is more important than research." "No, we need to understand these humans," Dr. Zeftai replied. "Beginning surface operations now." The shuttle door opened and the aliens stepped onto Earth for the first time. Even with their powered suits helping them move, every step was exhausting. The gravity felt like wearing heavy metal clothes. Lisa Martinez walked toward them, wearing a simple dress and sandals. She was smiling and carrying a picnic basket. "Welcome to Earth," Lisa called out cheerfully. "I brought lunch for everyone." Dr. Zeftai stared at the human female. She was walking normally in the crushing gravity. She was breathing the toxic atmosphere directly. She looked happy and relaxed. "How are you surviving out here?" Dr. Zeftai asked through her suit's speakers. "Surviving?" Lisa looked confused. "It's a beautiful day. Perfect weather for a picnic. Kreloth's instruments were going crazy with warning signals. The radiation levels here would sterilize most planets. How is she not dead?" Tom Bradley jogged over to join them. The aliens watched in horror as the human male moved quickly and easily in the Deathworld conditions. "Hope you folks are enjoying your visit," Tom said. "This is one of our nicest areas. Great for families and kids." "Kids?" Mazoon asked in shock. "You bring your young to this place?" "Sure, school groups come here all the time. The children love seeing the wildlife." As if summoned by his words, a group of large animals appeared on the horizon. The aliens' computers immediately classified them as dangerous predators. "Warning. Large hostile life forms approaching," announced Dr. Zeftai's suit. "Recommend immediate evacuation." Lisa looked where the aliens were pointing. "Oh, those are just cattle, cows. They're very gentle animals." "Gentle?" Kreloth stared at the massive creatures. "They weigh over 500 kilograms each. They could crush us easily." Tom walked over to the nearest cow and petted it on the head. The cow made a friendly mooing sound. "See? Harmless," Tom said. "We raise them for food." The aliens nearly fainted. These humans lived on a world so dangerous that they used massive predators as food sources. Dr. Torres arrived with his equipment. "Sorry I'm late. I was just checking the Yellowstone readings." "Yellowstone?" Dr. Zeftai asked. "It's a supervolcano about 500 miles from here," Frank explained casually. "One of our most popular tourist destinations. The aliens' emergency systems activated. Their computers had detected references to an active supervolcano. You live near an active supervolcano?" Dr. Zeftai asked in horror. "Millions of people do," Frank said. "It's beautiful there. Geysers, hot springs, amazing wildlife. Families go there for vacations." "For vacations?" Mazen repeated weakly. Lisa spread out a blanket on the ground. "Why don't we sit and eat? I made sandwiches." The aliens looked at the human female sitting directly on the ground of the Deathworld, eating food grown in its toxic soil. "The ground here is contaminated with deadly minerals," Kreloth warned. "You mean the soil?" Lisa asked. "It's some of the richest farmland on Earth. We grow corn, wheat, vegetables. This area feeds millions of people." Dark clouds began forming in the sky. The aliens' weather sensors started screaming warnings. "Massive atmospheric disturbance approaching," Dr. Zeftai reported. "Electrical storm system detected. We need to evacuate immediately." Tom looked up at the clouds. "Looks like rain. We might get some thunder and lightning." "Lightning?" All three aliens started moving toward their shuttle as fast as their suits would allow. The electrical discharge levels could power our entire ship, Kreloth said in panic. Lisa watched them struggling toward their vehicle. It's just a little thunderstorm, actually. I love watching lightning, it's beautiful. The first raindrops began to fall. The aliens' instruments detected corrosive atmospheric moisture with dangerous mineral content. The precipitation is chemically toxic, Dr. Zeftai warned. Tom held out his hand to catch the raindrops. It's just water. Clean, fresh water from the sky. Thunder rumbled overhead. The sound wave readings made the aliens' equipment assume they were under attack. We have to go, Mazun said, breathing heavily in his suit. Already? Lisa asked. But you just got here. Are you feeling okay? You seem tired. Dr. Zeftai looked at the human female standing calmly in the toxic rain, surrounded by massive predator animals, on the surface of an active volcanic planet, during an electrical storm that could kill most known species. We're fine, Dr. Zeftai lied. We just need to return to our ship to process our observations. Well, come back anytime, Tom said. Maybe next time we can show you some of our more interesting areas. The deserts, the mountains, the oceans. The aliens hurried back to their shuttle as fast as their heavy suits would allow. Lightning flashed across the sky. Lisa waved goodbye, still standing in the rain. As the shuttle lifted off, Dr. Zeftai began her report to the Galactic Council. Planet Earth confirmed as Class 12 Deathworld. Conditions more hostile than previously estimated, somehow inhabited by billions of impossible life forms who consider it paradise. Recommend immediate reclassification of human species as the most dangerous survivors in the galaxy. From orbit, they watched Lisa and Tom packing up their picnic in the lightning storm, completely unworried about conditions that would kill most galactic civilizations. The news about Earth spread across the galaxy faster than anyone expected. Within 2 months, every civilized world knew about the death planet humans who treated impossible conditions like a normal day. The Galactic Council was in chaos. We need to test this, declared Council Leader Tasharan during the emergency meeting. If these humans can really survive anywhere, we need to know the truth. Dr. Zeftai stood before the massive assembly of alien species. I propose we send human volunteers to Kepler 442c. It's a world we abandoned 50 years ago because conditions were too harsh. Murmurs filled the Great Hall. Every species knew about Kepler 442c. It had been a mining colony until the workers started dying from the environment. The gravity was too strong, the radiation too high, the weather too violent. Even with the best technology, no one could live there safely. That's a death sentence, protested Ambassador Krelhoon from the Peaceful Alliance. We can't ask any species to go there. The humans volunteered, Dr. Zeftai replied. They say it sounds interesting. Back on Earth, Ray Johnson was packing his equipment for the mission. As head mining engineer, he had worked in some tough places, but this would be his biggest challenge yet. You sure about this, Ray? Asked his wife Sarah over the phone. The aliens make this planet sound pretty dangerous. Ray laughed. Honey, I've worked in Alaska, the Australian outback, and deep-sea oil rigs. How bad can it be? Dr. Susan Lee was excited about the botanical opportunities. If there's soil and atmosphere, I can probably grow something there. Earth plants are tougher than most people think. Nick Parker, the team's survival expert, was studying the alien data on Kepler 442c. The gravity is about twice Earth normal. Temperature swings from very hot to very cold. Radiation levels are high. Sounds like working in Antarctica during a solar storm. Dr. Chris Adams packed his medical supplies. The aliens keep asking if we need special protection from the radiation. I told them we'll just use normal sunscreen. The alien observers couldn't believe what they were hearing. These humans were treating the mission like a camping trip. 4 weeks later, the human team landed on Kepler 442c in their simple Earth-built shuttle. The planet looked harsh, but beautiful, with red rocks, purple skies, and strange crystal formations. Gravity feels heavy but manageable, Ray reported to the orbital monitoring station. Like wearing a heavy backpack all day. The aliens in orbit were watching in amazement. The humans were walking around on the surface without environmental suits. Their radiation detectors showed levels that would kill most species in hours. "This is impossible," said Dr. Zeftai from the monitoring ship. "They should be dead already." Susan was already collecting soil samples. "The mineral content here is incredible, very rich. I think corn will grow well in this." "Corn?" asked the alien botanist Dr. Velrin through the radio. "In that toxic soil?" "It's not toxic to earth plants," Susan replied. "Actually, it's better than most farmland back home." Nick was setting up their temporary base camp. "Weather patterns look challenging but predictable. We'll need good shelters for the storm seasons, but nothing we can't handle. The atmospheric pressure readings would crush most structures," warned Engineer Kreloth from orbit. "We're built for this kind of pressure," Nick said. "Earth's weather is actually more violent than this most of the time." Ray had started his geological survey. "The rock formations here are perfect for mining. Easy access to valuable minerals. This could be a very profitable operation." Chris was monitoring everyone's health. All team members are healthy and adapting well to local conditions. No radiation sickness, no pressure problems, no gravity stress. "How is that possible?" Dr. Zeftai asked. "Our computer models say they should all be dead." "Maybe your computer models are wrong about what kills people," Chris suggested. After 1 week, the humans had not just survived, but were thriving. Susan had planted a small garden that was already growing. Ray had identified 3 major mineral deposits that could be mined easily. Nick had built a comfortable base camp that could house 50 people. Chris reported that everyone was actually healthier than when they arrived. "The higher gravity is great exercise," Chris said. "It's like a full-body workout all day long. Very good for muscle and bone development." The aliens monitoring from space needed constant medical attention. The stress of watching humans live casually in impossible conditions was making them sick. "They're drinking water from a local stream," reported Dr. Velna in horror. "The mineral content would poison most species." "It tastes great," said Susan. "Very clean and fresh, much better than city water back home." Ray had started mining operations, using simple earth equipment. "The ore quality here is excellent, much better than most earth mines, and the working conditions aren't bad at all." "Working conditions aren't bad," Dr. Zeftai repeated weakly. "You're working in radiation levels that would sterilize most planets." "We're using normal safety gear," Ray explained. "Same stuff we use for uranium mining on Earth." After 1 month, the test was officially declared a success. The humans had not only survived on the abandoned Deathworld, they had turned it into a thriving colony site. "Population capacity estimates?" asked the Galactic Council. "Conservative estimate is 50,000 people," Nick reported. "With proper infrastructure, maybe 500,000. The alien council members nearly fainted. 500,000 people living on a world that had killed dozens of their best colonists with the most advanced protection available. Susan was already planning agricultural zones. "We could feed the entire population with local crops. The growing conditions are actually ideal for most earth plants." Ray had mapped out mining operations that would make the colony profitable within 5 years. "This place is a gold mine, literally. The humans who settle here will become very wealthy." Dr. Chris Adams gave his final medical report. "All team members are in excellent health. The environment here is challenging but well within human tolerance. I'd recommend this world for families with children." "Children?" gasped Dr. Zeftai. "Sure," Chris said. "The high gravity would be great for child development. Build strong bones and muscles, it's like a natural gym." The final report sent shockwaves through galactic civilization. Humans had not just survived on an impossible world, they had made it look easy. They had turned a death world into a vacation destination. The Galactic Council faced a new reality. If humans could live comfortably on worlds that other species couldn't even visit, what did that mean for colonization, territory, and the balance of power in the galaxy? The answer would change everything. 6 months after the Kepler 442c test, The Grand Assembly of the Galactic Council met for the most important session in galactic history. Representatives from 300 species gathered to discuss what everyone now called the human question. Ambassador Lucy Green walked into the massive assembly hall wearing a simple blue dress and carrying a briefcase. Behind her, Dr. Lisa Martinez and Dr. Alex Turner followed in regular Earth clothes. They moved normally in the hall's artificial gravity while most alien delegates needed powered assistance just to attend the meeting. "The humans look so calm," whispered Council Member Zeftai to her neighbor. "Don't they understand what this meeting could mean for their future?" Dr. Alex Turner, Earth's new expert on extreme adaptation, had spent the last 6 months studying how humans compared to other galactic species. His research had shocked everyone. Council Leader Tasharan called the session to order. "We are here to decide the future of human-galactic relations. The evidence is clear. Humans can survive and thrive on worlds that no other species can even visit. This changes everything." 3 factions had formed in the month since Kepler 442c. The isolationists wanted to quarantine Earth and keep humans away from the rest of the galaxy. The exploiters wanted to use humans as living tools for dangerous world colonization. The integrationists believed humans could be partners in galactic civilization. Ambassador Velhun spoke for the isolationists. "These humans are too dangerous to integrate with normal galactic society. They could expand across the galaxy faster than any species in history. We should limit their territory before they take over everything." "That's fear-talking," replied Dr. Kraylash for the integrationists. "Humans have shown no aggressive intentions. They want to cooperate, not conquer." Mining executive Toshral stood up for the exploiters. "Think of the profit potential. Humans could work on worlds with resources we can't access. They could mine asteroids that would kill our workers. They're the perfect labor force for hostile environments." Lucy Green finally stood to address the assembly. Her voice was clear and confident. "With respect to all council members, you're missing the point," Lucy said. "We don't want to be your laborers, your weapons, or your prisoners. We want to be your partners." "Partners?" Tasharan asked. "What kind of partnership could we have? With beings who consider death worlds to be vacation spots?" Dr. Alex Turner stepped forward. "That's exactly why we can be partners. You have thousands of worlds that were damaged by accidents, wars, or natural disasters. Worlds that you've written off as uninhabitable. We can help you get them back." The hall fell silent. No one had thought of that possibility. "You mean terraforming?" asked Dr. Zeftai. "Not terraforming," Alex explained. "Rehabilitation. Many of these worlds aren't dead. They're just too dangerous for most species to live on. But humans can work there safely. We can clean up pollution, repair damaged ecosystems, and make these worlds livable again." Lucy opened her briefcase and activated a holographic display. "We've identified 47 worlds in council space that were abandoned due to environmental disasters. With human teams, these could be restored to habitability within 20 years. The economic implications hit the assembly like a shockwave. 47 dead worlds brought back to life would be worth trillions of galactic credits." "The humans would do this work?" asked Economic Advisor Relman. "We'd love to," Lucy replied. "It's the kind of challenge we're built for. But we want to do it as equals, not as employees." Admiral Ben Murphy, now leading Earth's space fleet, joined the discussion through video link from his ship orbiting a recently discovered damaged world. "We've already started preliminary work on Tau Ceti 7, Ben reported. "The radiation levels that killed the original colony are manageable for human workers. We estimate we can have the planet cleaned up and ready for resettlement in 3 years." The alien colonists who had been evacuated from Tau Ceti 7 50 years earlier watched in amazement as humans worked on their poisoned homeworld, wearing only light protective gear. "The atmospheric toxins would dissolve our lungs," said former colonist Miktar. "How are they breathing that air?" "We're using filtered masks," explained human engineer Mike Roberts from the surface. "Same equipment we use for cleaning up chemical spills on Earth." Dr. Jenny Walsh was already cataloging plant life that could be reintroduced once the cleanup was finished. "The soil contamination isn't as bad as we expected. Most Earth plants will grow here once we remove the heavy metals. Council leader Tasharan looked around the assembly hall. Fear was being replaced by hope on many faces. Dead worlds could live again. Lost colonies could return home. The galaxy could expand into territories that had been written off forever. What would humans want in return for this service? Tasharan asked. Lucy smiled. Technology sharing, cultural exchange, and the right to establish our own colonies on worlds that other species can't use anyway. We're not asking for anyone else's territory. We just want the places you've already abandoned. The death worlds, Dr. Zeftai said quietly. The challenging worlds, Lucy corrected. Every world deserves a chance at life. The vote was unanimous. The Human Rehabilitation Corps was established as a joint human galactic organization dedicated to reclaiming lost worlds. Dr. Zeftai was chosen to lead the scientific collaboration between humans and galactic researchers. I never thought I'd say this, she admitted, but I'm excited to study more death worlds. They're not death worlds to us, Lisa Martinez replied. They're just different kinds of homes. 1 year later, the Human Rehabilitation Corps had teams working on 12 different worlds. Former death planets were becoming garden worlds again. Lost colonies were planning their return home. The galaxy had discovered that what seemed impossible to them was just another day's work for humans. Ben Murphy stood on the observation deck of the new space station orbiting Earth. Through the window, he could see construction ships building humanity's first interstellar city. Below them, Earth looked peaceful and beautiful, humanity's training ground for the galaxy's toughest challenges. Admiral, his communications officer called, "We're receiving requests from 15 more worlds for human rehabilitation teams." Ben smiled. "Tell them we'll be there soon. We've got work to do." Earth wasn't just humanity's home anymore. It was proof that life could survive anywhere, adapt to anything, and turn the impossible into the everyday. The galaxy was full of worlds, waiting for someone brave enough to call them home. Humans were just getting started.